What's up fam, Emily here, and today I'm walking you guys through 5 super common shuffle mistakes and how to fix them so that your shuffling looks as good as it feels. And before you ask, yes, this is 100% based off of my own trial and error, and that's why I created the shuffle ball, so that you could get out of that awkward phase that I lived in for way too freaking long. But more on that later, let's get into it. Common mistake number 1, not being on beat. Shuffling is a very rhythmic dance. Typically, you're doing moves to the tempo of the song on the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If you're not on beat, it looks so bad. There's no other way to say it. Let me show you a quick example. And because this is so common, I want to practice finding the tempo and rhythm of a song. Do you hear that? Do you hear the kick drum? Boom, boom, boom. That's on the tempo of the song. That's that steady pace. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 1, 8. So once you're able to hear that rhythm of a song, all you have to do next is sync your moves to that rhythm and hit the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Common mistake number 2 is not using your upper body or your arms. Even though shuffling is a very footwork focused dance, using your whole body is what really is going to make your shuffling look good and complete. And it doesn't have to be anything big. At first, just start 1, looking up and making sure you're keeping your shoulders back. 2, maybe use your shoulders a little bit or do simple arm movements to kind of just add to your flow a little bit. But being conscious about what you're doing with your arms and not just letting them flail or be really, really tense by your sides. Continuing this, you also want to be conscious of what you're doing with your face and your hands, because dance just isn't your lower half, right? It's your whole body. So when we can incorporate our whole body into our dancing, that's what really takes it to that next level and makes it look really, really good. Common mistake number 3 is rushing your transitions. I myself have been a victim of this, but a lot of the times I see people going too quickly from move to move and not emphasizing bringing up their knee to the perch position before going to the next movement. When we rush our transitions and rush going from move to move, things don't look as sharp and they all start to blur together and look a little bit lazy. So making sure to pick up your knee or hit that and position is really gonna make your shuffling look a little bit more sharp and clean. A key thing to remind yourself is just to pick up your knee in between moves. Common mistake number 4 is not using levels or space. You don't just have to shuffle in one spot or face the same direction or even stay at the same height. You can play around with the direction you're facing. You can play around with different levels, going up and down with your movements, and also traveling and taking up space. Even if you don't have a lot of space in the curve, okay? Use what you got, and just rotating in place doesn't take up a lot of space, or even going up and down doesn't take up extra space, but it adds that next layer and more dimension and movement to your dancing. But next time you're shuffling, play around with facing a different direction, moving from side to side, forward and back, and even changing your height levels depending on the moves that you're doing. Common mistake number 5, and arguably the most important, is overthinking your footwork and forgetting about the music. What is dance without music? It's just chaotic movement. And so you could be technically doing all the right moves, but it looks stiff or not good because you're just trying to repeat a bunch of steps rather than actually listening to the music and letting the music guide your moves. So what I want you to do is when you're practicing next or shuffling next, let the music dictate when you change moves. Maybe when a new beat comes in, a new layer of the song, a vocal, and that is when you change moves. So you're actually listening to the music and dancing to it rather than trying to force a combo or something you've learned to try and fit the music. And I talk about this a little bit more in depth in my Freestyle Flow course that's included in your Shuffle Vault membership. But I think the biggest thing is to not overthink it too much. I know that's easier said than done. Listen to the music and just see what comes naturally. And even if it's simple starting out, even if all you've got is the running man, if your running man is really, really in sync with the music and maybe your upper body is adding some dynamic to your dancing, then that is where it doesn't need to be fancy to be good. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching these videos and supporting my channel. I'm so grateful that I get to share shuffling with you guys and share this dance with you all. And every like, subscribe, and comment on this video really helps me just reach more dancers and grow the shuffle community. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.